Hello guys, it's shrimp time here and welcome in yet another interesting video about shrimp keeping. Today we are going to do a very special food for the tank, for the shrimp tank. This food will feed your tank, will allow those special, very good microorganisms to develop in the tank and to be a beautiful live food for the shrimps. This food will have everything which your tank need, and if it will be found by the shrimps, probably they might be interested in this food as well. So I hope that you will enjoy this recipe and that you will enjoy the whole idea of feeding the tank, not only feeding the shrimp, but basically trying to put all that food sources into the tank so that our beautiful little shrimps will have a good food which will develop naturally in the tank and which will provide them everything they will need in the tank. This is my idea. I'm planning to make this type of food also available as my own product, but at the start I think it's a good idea to let you know how to do this food by yourself, because you can do it by yourself and you will see all the ingredients that will be needed for the tank, but I won't show you one ingredient that is not so essential, but it's important for me for some reasons in this recipe, and another ingredient is a commercial thing, but it can be produced. So we will start with 10 grams of kelp. Kelp is a superfood. It will get fiber, it will have a little bit of amino acids, it will have a lot of vitamins, and it will have a lot of calcium. So this food is a very nice for the tank, and as you know, I also use kale for feeding the shrimps. And as you can see, we are adding 10 grams of kale. And another thing, very important thing for this food, I will use it as powder food because I want to put this food in every spot, in every place in the tank. So we go with second ingredient, and as you know, this will be a very strong source of proteins, spirulina as well, and it got a lot of iodine. It is important for shrimps to exchange the matter in their body. And another ingredient, chlorella. It's also very important for the shrimps. It's got a lot of proteins, 90% of proteins. So a very important ingredient for whole the tank. The bacteria will feed on this as well, and during the process also other microorganisms will feed on this as well. Now we got moringa. Moringa is an interesting ingredient because it has very good influence on the digestive system of all different types of animals. I think that it can be also very helpful for bacteria because it contains some sugars and some carbonates, and this is very important to provide the energy. Another ingredient, kelp. Kelp is also a very nice food source. It will provide some fiber for the tank. It will also have a lot of vitamins, and it will put some iodine in the tank as well, and kelp will also contain some iron for the tank. And this commercial ingredient. This is Shirakura ebichi. It's a very nice product. It's used for feeding the shrimps. It got some proteins, but it also got some fats for the tank. So we are trying to composite our recipe so that it will also contain some of the fats. And I must say that using ebichi can be very expensive for someone that has got a lot of tanks as I do. And this is why I developed how to produce ebichi by myself, and I hope that it will work. Another funny thing is that ebichi is delicious. You shouldn't eat your shrimp food, but this is this type of product that can be eaten. And of course, all of those ingredients you put 10 grams into the tank. Each one is 10 grams, so this is a very easy recipe. And now we got yeast, but no, not this type of baking yeast. This is the yeast that is used for fermentation, but this yeast isn't alive. It isn't alive. It's like a food source. It's very nice source of fats as well of the proteins. And this is the whole recipe. We'll only add a little bit of Montmorillon night, so that we'll put some those micro elements to this beautiful food source. And this is all. This is whole the recipe except of one ingredient, but as I said, it's not crucial. The very interesting about this recipe is that, in my opinion, it will provide everything that your tank will need to develop this nice life in the tank, nice biofilm, to develop the natural food source for the shrimp. And I must say, I use this recipe in each tank. And I try to use it daily. As you know, I've got a lot of tanks, and this is quite important for me that I can make my food cheaper. And this was the main reason that I've decided that I will develop this recipe and that I will show this recipe to you, because we need to share the knowledge. And I love sharing the knowledge. The very nice, very beautiful thing is that if you will use it in the powder form, it will go through whole of the tank. And thanks to that process, there will be no fight for this type of shrimp food. And if you will try to do this recipe, please let me know in the comment, did you try it and how did it work for your tank? Was it any good? And how your tank reacted for this recipe. And if you like it and you would like to help me develop this channel, you can support me by thanking me for this video on YouTube or becoming a supporter. It will be very nice for me if you would do that, but you don't have to. So now we need to mix everything very good. We need to make sure that every and each ingredient will be equally developed over this whole mixture, so that uh, every food source will go with nice and beautiful proportion for the tank. As you can see, this is a bit messy, but everything is done and we got this beautiful structure, the beautiful powder that we can use. And I think that we are coming to the time that we need to introduce this food source to the tank. And for the reason of this video, I will make a little paste and show you that not only the microorganism in the tank will react for this recipe, but also the shrimps will go crazy for it. So here we got one of the tanks that I showed to you that I was starting a couple weeks ago, or even maybe 2 months ago. This is a Neocaridina shrimp tank that is started on the active soil with the plants. And as you can see, thanks to the plants, we have nicer, more beautiful background for the shrimps. There are some plants that we can see, and here we see the beautiful benefits. Nothing is falling apart straight ahead, but we got this little ball that not only our microlife in the tank will enjoy, but as you can see, also the shrimps started to enjoy it. In this tank, the population of the adult shrimps isn't that high. There are maybe 10 or something like 15 adult shrimps, but after a while, after some time, most of them gather near the ball and started to feast on it. And there is a big another advantage. There is no fight for the ball, because little particles of this recipe, of all of the ingredients, are disconnecting from the little ball, and they are spreading near the spot, and thanks to that there is no aggressive fight. I'm not sure if you know, but if you put a strong hard pellet into the tank, the shrimps will fight for the food extremely. And here you can see that nothing like this is happening. You will also see some clips from my Black King Kong tank, and in that tank there is much more shrimps and they can feast as well in peaceful manner. I hope so. Here are some close-up. You can see how the shrimp is eating, how it's gathering the food from the spot that the food is available. And here are some other close-up of my Bloody Marys. I hope that you like these shrimps and that you find them attractive and like the quality of the Bloody Marys I've got. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4 females and 1 male in front of this pack. And this is another look at this tank, and we are going to see our beautiful Black King Kong shrimps. And here we got a bit bigger colony of the shrimps, a lot of young shrimps fighting for the food, but you can see the particles are going all over the spot where the food landed, and there's not so many shrimps on the food bowl, but they also feed around. And here is a little nice shrimp that you can see looking like Green Hulk. And I think, guys, this is all. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please subscribe to the channel, and if you would like to support my work, please do that. And remember, keep on shrimping.